Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on the channel is intended for adult collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys Retro 66 Batman in swim trunks. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunting them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. With all of that out of the way, guys, once again we are going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys Batman 66 Retro Batman in swim trunks. So yes, guys, I know I said I was never going to get this figure because it was such a lazy repack, since Todd didn't even care to give us a surfboard with this guy. However, when I was on vacation on Maui, it was one of the few figures that I saw in stores at Target that I do not have, and my girlfriend said, fuck it, just buy it so that way you have something to bring back from Maui and you can say you brought this back from Maui. And she was right, and I am already planning on going back already, so I definitely will be bringing this guy along with the Joker in the swim trunks, which his review will be up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that, back with me and put him on the beach and take some fun toy photography pics on the beach. But anyways, guys, enough about that. Let's go ahead and dive on into this guy. And as I always state with these figures, these are not the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. No, this is a whole different subcategory in his DC license with just the Retro 66 line, pertaining to the Retro 66 Batman TV series. This figure doesn't come with your typical McFarlane DC Multiverse stand and trading card. Instead, these guys have come with some, I guess you would say, some punching accessories. So they come with a kapow and a pow as his accessories. So you can go ahead and clip those onto his wrist, and that way it looks kind of like back in the show when they would punch someone and it would just flash that on the TV screen. So that is basically all that this guy comes with, and that's why I said I was probably never going to get this guy because he doesn't even come with a surfboard, which he really should, but he doesn't. And I was like, you know what, that's a sticking point for me. But like I said, when in Maui and when your girlfriend says fuck it, you go ahead and pick it up. So anyways, with that being said, guys, why don't we go ahead and pull him forward so we can get a nice closer look at him. He is the same typical sculpt that we've seen before. I think I basically have every single figure in this line minus the unmasked Batman and also the unmasked Robin, because that was like a platinum edition and whatnot. But yeah, I think I pretty much picked them all up despite me not even wanting to get into the line originally. But now that I have the Batmobile, the Batcave, and the figures, I have to admit they make a pretty sweet display. Now, these guys, once again, are not part of the DC Multiverse lines, so they do not have the same points of articulation as the DC Multiverse line, so be aware of that. So yeah, guys, it is, like I said, the typical sculpt that we've seen already, just with some swim trunks sculpted on, and they've already reused this mold in the form of the Batman versus the Riddler in the boxing ring. They basically just painted all this yellow and put some black stripes on his shorts. So yeah, they're already reusing this one. So at least they gave him boxing gloves for this next release, and they didn't just give him the boxing shorts. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move on into articulation. So like I said, not a DC Multiverse figure, but he still has some pretty decent points of articulation. So he can look all the way to the right, all the way to the left. Absolutely no head tilt. I guess it's a very slight head tilt, but it's like tilt that way, tilt that. Yeah, well, we're gonna go with no head tilt on that one. He can look up or down. His arms do go out and above a T-pose, so that's one thing. You do get 360 rotation at the shoulder, but you really got to work it around. No bicep swivel. You do get single hinge elbow joints, but they do rotate at the elbow right there as well. Rotation at the upper forearm right there. Rotation at the wrist. No up and down, in and out hinging action. You do get rotation at the waist right there. You don't get any kicking out motion with the legs, so you can only kick forward, but he does kick forward that far. He will kick back basically none at all, and he does come with single hinge knees that rotate at the knee as well. And that is it. No ankle articulation whatsoever. That is basically it. What you see is what you get. So yeah, guys, like I said, it's a really cool line to collect if you just want to have a cool little display. Although I have to admit, I have seen some toy photographers use some of these figures in some really cool toy photography, like Jason Young of Work More or Less. He used the Joker in a recent pic, which came out amazing. Go ahead and check out his page to see that. And also, I think his name is DMX or DXM. He does a lot of stop motion. He actually does the stop motion animation trailers and advertisement for NECA. He actually recently did one with this figure, well, not this one in particular with the swim trunks, but with the original first wave release of the regular Batman. And you know, for him being limited in articulation, he actually made a pretty good stop motion film and made him look really good as a figure. So check him out as well. Like I said, it's either DMX or DXM. I can't remember, but he's the NECA animation guy. So if you see any of the NECA animations, he should be tagged below. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I will be coming out with a comparison video between this guy and the regular release of the Batman, so stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, guys, that basically wraps up everything with this guy. So join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. And join me every Wednesday on Instagram at CoolFigurez for Coffee and Toys Live, where I will speak to a new guest every week about toys, toy collecting, toy photography, and so much more. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. And if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, come back tomorrow, same bat channel, same bat time, and have a great fucking day. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of any figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I post all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news, toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reveals, pre-orders, and so much more. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, VRare Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. VRare Store. Check them out, guys.